and those who couldn't be here tonight, who were part of our team in Brooklyn and across America, for putting together a campaign that we can all be so proud of and so excited when we think about what it meant. An inclusive, big-hearted, values-driven campaign about the kind of country that we believe in and that we wanted a chance to help keep moving in the right direction. I heard a little bit about what Bill said before I came in, but it was hard to hear, so I can only guess that he was talking about something that he and I have talked about so many times over so many years. But I was reflecting on it today. I was first able to vote when I was 21. That was before 18-year-olds got the right to vote. And for much of my adult life, there was only one Democratic president, Jimmy Carter. We lost in '68, we lost in '72, we won in '76, we lost in '80, we lost in '84, and we lost in '88. I mention that just for some perspective, because my first job in a presidential campaign was in '72 for George McGovern, a wonderful man, a fighter pilot in World War II, who had been a distinguished senator and who was wiped out by Richard Nixon, who didn't last long after he won, as you recall. And so that's why for so many of you whose literally lifetimes span two Democratic presidents who won 2 consecutive terms. It was not easy. It was not easy to break the Republican lock on the White House, which happened in '92. But then we were not able to keep it going and lost. And then President Obama came back and won. And so when we think about this arc of presidential elections, I want you to really keep it all in that broader perspective. Because what we fought for in this campaign is as important today and will be as important on January 20th of 2017 and for every month and year afterwards. And wherever your future takes you, I hope that you will think about that, because we're going to win the popular vote by a significant number. And so remember, as discouraging as it may seem, more people in our country will have voted for the values we represented and the positions we took. And that, I think, that is a great tribute to this campaign and what it stood for. And the values continue to be what we stand for. So I hope that you'll have a great time tonight. And I hope that you will each find a way to stay involved on behalf of the issues that you most care about. Because let's be clear, we're going to have to figure out how to defend a lot of what has been accomplished. And as I said repeatedly throughout the campaign, I wanted to build on the legacy of progressive change that we had seen under President Obama. But I went to the Senate after Bill left the White House, and I saw how determined the other party is to literally turn the clock back. And so we can't just throw up our hands and walk away from these fights, because people's lives will be affected. You know, today I heard from one of the young people that I met who lives in fear of her parents being deported. And she's scared to death. that it's going to happen. I heard from a young man I've known for a very long time who is gay and who says, what's going to happen to me? And what's going to happen to my friends? I've heard from countless women who know that the rights we have fought for so long are all on the line. I've heard from an incredible group of people in the last few days who are both very distressed about the outcome of the election, but also beginning to think about the future to make sure that the power and the energy, the commitment and the intelligence that we amassed in this campaign will continue in some way to help make a difference. Today, I received 1,200 roses from a group of people, predominantly but not exclusively young, who fight against sexism and racism and homophobia and xenophobia and all of the scary words that we've been hearing a lot about. So they sent 1,200 roses to my house, and I thought, what can I do with 1,200 roses? And then I thought, well, I want to be sure everybody in this campaign, starting with you tonight, get that rose. And so when you leave at 1 o'clock or whenever, there will be stacks of red roses out on the table. And if you know somebody who couldn't be here that you may see, or you know somebody who a red rose might lift their spirits, please be sure to get one and, think about the hope that it represents and the love that so many people around our country have for all of us, because that's really what it comes down to. There is that I love you, and I will be forever grateful to you, and I hope that our paths will cross in some ways over the months and years to come. But tonight, it's really my chance to say thank you. Thank you for everything you have done for me, for our common mission, our campaign that I'm so proud of. And have a good time tonight, and then regroup and think about what we can do to make sure that we prove love trumps hate.